Hello friends, today we're going to be talking about Gong Fu Cha. We're going to look into the term and try to understand what it means and what this term encompasses. So Gong Fu Cha can be divided into two main aspects. One of them is a technical aspect. And what the technical aspect means is that we brew tea in concentrated quantities in short steepings multiple times. So the ratio, the usual ratio is 1 gram of tea per 20 milliliters of water, but of course it all depends on a particular tea. It can be higher, it can be lower. In some traditions the ratio is much higher. Some people have preferences for lower ratio. Some teas are more gentle, some teas are more coarse. So each tea has to be approached individually. But the point is that the tea to water ratio is high. While in Western method, we usually brew 1 gram per 50, 70, 100 milliliters of water. And while in the Western style, we brew tea one time in a larger teapots for 3, 5, 7 minutes. In Gong Fu Cha, we brew it in smaller vessels. The standard size is 120 milliliters. But once again, it's all individual. If you drink it by yourself, you may want to use smaller vessels. If you're brewing it for a larger group of friends, you're brewing it slightly larger vessels. But we're not talking about huge teapots. We're talking about anywhere between 50 to, let's say, 300 milliliters vessels. And we brew it for only short periods of time. So each steeping goes anywhere from just a few seconds to maybe 30 seconds to maybe a minute, but we're not talking about like 3, 4, 5, 7 minutes as when we brew it Western style. And this way we can see the progression of taste and of aroma of tea. We see how each steeping is slightly different from the previous one. We see how the taste progresses, how aroma progresses, how it changes with each steeping, and we take a note of that, like a mental note, and we enjoy this progression of taste. So this is the technical aspect of Gong Fu Cha, but there is more to it. Gong Fu Cha is not just a method of brewing teas, not just a technical method. It is also a practice. So what do I mean by that? In order to understand what Gong Fu Cha means, we have to try to translate the word Gong Fu, because Cha means tea, and Gong Fu can also be pronounced as Kung Fu. And we're also familiar with Kung Fu as a martial art. So Gong Fu can be applied to many different things. It can be applied to martial arts, it can be applied to tea, it can be applied to carpentry, for example. Gong Fu means doing something with a skill. So it's a skillful art of doing something. So Gong Fu Cha means a skillful brewing of tea. And what this skillful brewing means? Gong Fu means any art that is acquired through practice, through discipline, through learning and understanding. So Gong Fu Cha means that we study tea, we try to understand tea, we practice our skills of brewing tea, we make it with a dedication, with mindfulness, with a full presence in the process. So different people may approach Gong Fu Cha differently. Each person's art is each person's skill in brewing tea is different depending on this person's natural inclinations, natural habits, natural state of mind. For some people, aesthetics of Gong Fu Cha play a very important role. How you set up your tea space, the beauty of your teaware, the antiques, the natural elements of it, like wood, clay, and so on. So for some people that plays a huge role. For other people it may not be as important as the technical aspects of Gong Fu Cha. If somebody has a more scientific mind, they may take like very careful notes and adhere to very strict parameters. They weigh the tea to grams to milligrams. They look at every milliliter to every degree of temperature drop. That's one form of Gong Fu Cha. For other people, it may be a Zen-like approach when it's an intuitive, seemingly effortless act of brewing tea. But in this effortless effort, so to say, one has to understand how tea works. So in order to brew tea effortlessly, one has to really know and feel the tea. So each person's Gong Fu Cha can be different. There is no strict discipline, strict rules of what Gong Fu Cha may mean in that sense. But the point is that you have to be serious about your practice. You have to approach it with mindfulness. You have to approach it with your best effort to brew the best cup of tea. So each session, try to disconnect from the world around you. Try to turn off your phone. Try to forget about your hustles and your worries. Just be fully present in this session. Be present with the tea. Be present in the moment and make your best effort to brew the best cup of tea. While you're brewing, you have to pay attention to the taste, to the aroma, to the mouthfeel, to how tea changes your state of mind, to how tea makes you feel physically. You have to be in a sort of meditation, because Gong Fu Cha is one of forms of meditation, because you're fully present in what you're doing. So be mindful, approach tea with seriousness, make your best effort to brew the best cup of tea, be present in the moment, cherish it, and enjoy. Cheers.